Yeah. Oh, wait. Hello. Hey, guys. What is up? This is Olivia Igwe coming live from London. If you guys are watching me on a replay, drop me a hashtag style. Y'all know the drill. I help the multicultural, multi-ethnic to brand on social media and to earn at the same time. So if that is you and you're looking to earn an extra income, then absolutely drop me hashtag hybrid. TikTok, I shall leave the live on Insta, Facebook, and YouTube so you can watch it there. Same handle, Olivia Igwe. As I was talking to a friend, she's like, what's your Insta? I'm like, Olivia Igwe is the same. I don't have Snapchat, so you cannot get me there. I used to have it like back in the day. Hey, Vitalis. So today we're going to be talking about the success in business. And I got this conversation because I was talking to a friend. I mean, there's so many conversations I have in a day. Do you guys know, or when you're just like in a service sort of based business, but you just love talking to human beings, like you love like interacting. Hey Sasha, hey Kiara, right? Like you love just the connection. Hey Intrigue, Stra. Like it's always exciting because I get really excited on what people's story is. Hey Kat, you never know what people are going through, but sometimes you just being that vessel, being able to interact with them, it's always great. TikTok, I'm going to leave live on Insta, Facebook, and YouTube, so don't worry, it's going to stay there. So you just have to type Olivia Igwe. But this conversation got inspired because a friend, we have this new product that came out, which is a weight loss product, an amazing product that people have lost. Like Melanie, one of my friends, has lost like 5 kilos in 3 weeks around her waist, feels less bloated, has more energy, focus. You can see like she's glowing from the inside because she's confident in who she is, right? And I think that's sometimes where we get lost. Sometimes when you feel that, you have that kangaroo pouch or you can't seem to lose the weight, you're doing the right thing, but you're doing, I don't know, the wrong exercise or whatever. This particular one is really going to help. Hey, blue butterfly. So, I want to talk about the 3 things that you guys need in business. The 3 simple things that will change and revolutionize everything that you enter into, because I believe that when you enter with intention, automatically it shakes everything. Hey Jacques, hey Victor, how are you? Comment tu vas? Tu vas bien? Okay, so number 1 is listen. We listen and we don't judge, right? I know this is a trend that keeps coming out, but we listen and we don't judge. What does that mean? We listen to what the person is in front. Have you ever been like, you probably see me like, yes, I talk all the time, I'm always interacting, etc. But I actually listen to what you're saying. Like I know when you tell me, hey, I want to lose 10 kilos, or hey, I've tried to lose the weight, but I can't lose it, or hey, I'm looking for an extra income, or hey, I only have 1 pound in my bank. Like, what am I supposed to do? I know. I listen to you, right? Now, are you wanting the advice? That is different, but I'm listening to you, right? And so, I think the first thing is we don't listen to people enough, right? Victoire, Kiara. Like we don't listen to people enough in terms of like what are they needing in terms of like, hey, maybe it's just a listening ear, right? I still remember when one of my girlfriends was going through a hard divorce, and I've never been in a divorce, so I can't talk about that. I was supposed to get married, but the guy dumped me on the phone, after 3 months of being engaged and asking my dad for the hand. I know, like I've been dumped, but I don't have any kids when I went through that like when my friend went through that divorce, right? But what I can do is be a listening ear, right? And sometimes that's all people need, right? Now, of course, I always say if you listen and you don't take action, your words is nothing. But if you listen, you can get so much information because you have everything, right? I'm going to give the example a little bit later of like speaking in people's language, like understanding how they talk. Some people talk very mathematical, some people talk with very much like in colors, some people talk a bit like Mother Teresa, like they want to save the world, etc. Hey handyman. But it's important to understand how when you listen to people, you actually have the answers. Like I will have you talk more than I talk. Now, yes, I'm going live, and I can interact on all different platforms. So TikTok, I'm going to leave the live on Insta, Facebook, and YouTube, and you can watch it there. But because I've mastered the skill of just listening, I've mastered the skill of hearing people talk. Hey, unknown, hey, Rayla, right? Like it's understanding, okay, can I listen to people? What is it that they're needing most of, right? I still remember one of my friends, she's wanting to lose the weight. And I've messaged her a couple of times, hey, Layla, about losing that weight. But some people just want to complain. Hey, Sonny, hey, Macy. Like, have you ever had, hey, 457? Some people just like always want to complain. Like, that's their story. The thing is, some people don't want help. Hey, Scott. And that's okay. You can't help everyone. You can only help the ones that are wanting to help, because let me tell you this, when you help someone and they don't have the pain anymore, what is their story? Because they're connected emotionally to that story. So it's like, oh no, but I don't want to keep that story. But some people want to keep that story, and that's okay. But you've got to understand that some people don't want help, and that's okay. But that's a success. That's a skill that you get. Hey, my love, right? That's a skill that you get in business, because hey, Iceman, you get to understand what people are wanting. That's why I always say I will listen to you. I'll listen to you. I don't need to say much. I don't need to talk much. And why do I have a button coming out? Like, we stress. Probably my period's on the way. Now you know, too much information, but sharing is caring, right? So that's number one. Okay, so my notes were here. Number two is remembering. Hey, Jasmine. Two is remembering with all senses how they smelled, how they looked like, what they were wearing, what they were saying, what was their bracelet, etc. Why? Because that matters. Because if you remember what they were wearing, if you remember what they had, automatically you gain points. And some of y'all say, but I don't have, like, I barely even know, like, I remember what I wore, what I ate yesterday. Yeah, but here's the problem. In business, you need to listen to people and to remember what they have. Now, it's a skill, it's a muscle. It's not something I had straight away, but I observe. Like, I remember Layla, and for example, Layla's here on live on Insta. Hey, Zing Queen, she was wearing a red dress at the company event that we had. I'll remember that because it's bold. Now, what was, for example, Shannon wearing? She's wearing a puffy jacket, and she had her brown hair, right? And the jacket was brown. I remember. Why? Because I associate people to things. If you can add all senses of remember how they look, what they wear, what they smell, like having something stand out. And you guys always know I talk about confidence. TikTok, I'll leave the live on Insta, Facebook, and YouTube so you can watch it there. Like, I always want to make sure that if I interact with you, there's something there that you will remember. Why? Because that makes you special, and that has me stand out. Because you'll remember me. Oh, you will. Because we're only just scratching the surface right now. Miracles are happening, and miracles are happening now, right? Last thing I will leave you with this is speaking in their language, right? So speaking in the language, what does that mean? When you speak in people's language, it means that in some way, shape, or form, you're speaking to what they resonate. Some people will resonate in some way. Some people will resonate, by them talking like you got to touch them with, like, for example, like babies, or you've got to touch, with their kids or whatever, right? People are very different. But if you can attach it to their language of speaking, like, don't talk to me in terms of numbers. I'm lost. I don't care. Right? Unless it's simple math, 2 + 2 = 4. Perfect. Right? But let me tell you this. For example, Leanne, she is very much, give me a minute. She is very much into understanding numbers. Like, she's got a science background. She needs to understand, like, how the product works. Like, fortunately, I don't have my product here, but if I did have my product here, I would show you the product. You'd be like, okay, I need to know, like, what's the ins, what's the outs, like, what does the product do, how does it help, etc. Like, she wants to know the ins and outs, the scientific background. For me, for example, just like Sean, he bought sorry, I'm looking at my notes just so I make sure that you guys understand different people, different personalities, right? Hey, Steve. Sean is sort of like, he doesn't need to do a bit of his research, like a little bit, and then boom, he's impulsive, he'll buy, because if he knows what he wants, he gets it, right? Now, Leanne needs to understand, okay, the numbers. She needs to understand what the product has, which is, for example, she's interested in the weight loss product that we have. So she wants to know, like, what the science stuff. Whereas for me, I couldn't care less. I want to know what it does, how it works. Water, easy, simple, boom, bosh. Where can I order? I'm getting it, right? But then, for example, you have Norbs, who's like a friend who's like, he's like a background of like Soviet German. So he needs to understand, like, what's the ins and the outs. But he's still on this research side, but will still be like, I still mold it through his brain, right? Hey, Kiara. He needs to, like, understand. And then he's like, okay, then jump the bullet and saying, like, it needs to be at the last minute, right? Hey, Alina. Hey, Amina. Right. So, and then, for example, my sister, she's a little bit like me, but a little bit more septic. Like, will it work? Like, the new product, I had to show her, like, testimonial where she's like, oh, wow, it's working for others. Like, I want to know, right? Like, she's like, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm impulsive. I want the product, but, like, will it work? But she's in between. But if I show her testimonial, she's like, oh my goodness, I want to know, right? So it's understanding, okay, How can you talk to those different people in their language? That's going to be by listening to them and also by interacting, by knowing, what they have, right? So for example, Sean, we know that he has 2 kids. Leanne doesn't have any kids, right? My sister has 2 kids. Norbs has no kids, but has a cat, right? So when you understand, hey, Real Talk 7, when you understand a little bit of like what it is, automatically it shifts everything. Why? Because you've understood how you can shift it into a conversation that automatically after it makes you stand out, makes you special. And so people automatically are like, okay, I want to do business with you because she remembers me for XYZ, and automatically it shifts the game. Okay, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Remember to be you do. The world does not dictate who you are, but you dictate the world. If there's anything that you guys want to know, absolutely just message me #hybrid, where you guys can learn and make money by using your phone. And absolutely, guys, talk to you later. Bye.